So let's talk about The Princess Bride, which recently celebrated its 35th anniversary this year. Bad Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1987 fantasy adventure comedy flick, The Princess Bride, released by Fox for Act 3 Communications here in the US, while internationally it was released by Enter Access Film Distribution. The film was directed and co-produced by Rob Reiner, starring Cary Elwes, Mandy Patinkin, Chris Sarandon, Wallace Shawn, Andre the Giant, Christopher Guest, and Robin Wright in our first film, plus a host of others. The film was adapted by William Goldman from his 1973 novel of the same name. It tells the story of a farmhand named Wesley, accompanied by companions befriended along the way, who must rescue his true love, Princess Buttercup, from the odious Prince Humperdinck. The film preserves the novel's metafictional narrative style by presenting the story as a book being read by a grandfather to his sick grandson. Anyway, this film was released in September 1987, so I was just off by a couple months. So sorry about that. I was too tied up with September. Though it was had a modest success at the box office at first, it has over time become a cult film and has been considered as one of the best films of the 1980s, as well as one of Rob Reiner's best works. So let's get into the story. A grandfather reads a novel to his sick grandson, who initially dismisses the story. The tale is about Buttercup, a young woman living on a farm in the fictional kingdom of Florin. Whenever she tells farmhand Wesley to do something, he always complies, saying, "As you wish." The two fall in love, and Wesley leaves to seek his fortune overseas so they can marry. When his ship is attacked by the dread pirate Roberts, Wesley is presumed dead. 5 years later, Buttercup is forcibly betrothed to Florin's Prince Humperdinck. Before the wedding, she is kidnapped by three outlaws: a small Sicilian man named Vizzini, a giant from Greenland named Fezzik, and a Spanish fencing master named Inigo Montoya, who seeks revenge against a six-fingered man who murdered his father. A masked man in black pursues them, as does Prince Humperdinck and his soldiers. The man in black confronts the outlaws atop the cliffs of insanity. He defeats Inigo in a fencing duel and knocks him out, chokes Fezzik into unconsciousness, and tricks Vizzini into drinking a deadly poison. He forcibly flees with Buttercup. She correctly guesses he is the dread pirate Roberts, berates him for killing Wesley, and shoves him into a gorge. While tumbling down, he shouts, "As you wish!" Realizing it's Wesley, she throws herself into the gorge after him, and they are united. Well, reunited, that is. As they make their way through the dangerous fire swamp to avoid Humperdinck and his men, Wesley explains how a dread pirate Roberts is an inherited title that he assumed when the previous Roberts wished to retire. Having found Buttercup, Wesley intends to surrender the title to another. Humperdinck captures the pair after they emerge from the fire swamp. Buttercup agrees to return with Humperdinck after he promises to release Wesley. Humperdinck secretly orders his sadistic vizier, Count Rugen, to take Wesley to his torture chamber, the Pit of Despair. Before being knocked out, Wesley notices that Rugen has six fingers on his right hand. When Buttercup threatens suicide if the wedding happens, Humperdinck falsely promises to find Wesley for her. His real plan is to start a war with the neighboring country of Gilder by killing Buttercup and framing Gilder for it. He had secretly hired Vizzini to do this before Wesley interfered. Meanwhile, Fezzik becomes part of the Brute Squad ordered to clear the thieves' forest before the wedding. He finds a drunken Inigo living in the forest, whom he sobers up and tells him about Rugen. Inigo says that he and Fezzik needs Wesley's help to storm the castle. Buttercup realizes that Humperdinck failed to search for Wesley and calls him a coward. Enraged, Humperdinck imprisons Buttercup and tortures Wesley seemingly to death. Inigo and Fezzik, who followed Wesley's screams through the forest, find his body and bring him to Miracle Max, a folk healer. The mostly dead, Wesley is revived by Max, though he is severely weakened. Alright, now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video, go to the description box below, and fast forward to the time below to avoid the ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, you've been warned. As Wesley, Inigo, and Fezzik storm the castle, Humperdinck panics and orders the in-progress weighing ceremony to be shortened. Inigo finds and chases Rugen before he throws a knife at Inigo that pierces Inigo's abdomen. Rugen realizes who Inigo is and taunts him about his father's death. Inigo overcomes the pain and kills Rugen. Wesley locates Buttercup, who believes she is married to Humperdinck and is about to commit suicide. Wesley assures her that the marriage is invalid because she never completed her weighing vows. Humperdinck finds him and challenges Wesley to a duel, but Wesley wills himself to stand and intimidates the prince into surrender just before Inigo finds them. Excuse me, everyone. They hear Fezzik's voice outside, and he shows them 4 horses he procured for them to use to escape. They leave Humperdinck tied to a chair and jump to safety through the window. Having killed Rugen, Inigo is sure what to do with his life. Wesley offers him to the dread pirate Robert's tile. As dawn rises, Wesley and Buttercup, having safely reunited, share a passionate kiss. Back in his bedroom, the boy eagerly asks his grandfather to read him the story again the next day, which his grandfather replies, "As you wish." End of story. So what did I think of The Princess Bride? Well, I've only seen it a few times. This is my first time I've seen this film in I don't know how long. I have seen this film when I was a kid. I wasn't quite too big on this at first, but after finally watching it for the first time in years, I gotta say, it's grown on me more, and I really like it now a whole lot more than what I did before. Though the film was a modest success, going on to make $30 million at the box office, it has really become a great film. Anyway, now this film has been released on physical media numerous times. Really something. And it has received a ton of good reviews and what have you. Its score was done by Mark Knopfler, who you know best of the British band Dire Straits. You know them best from songs like Money for Nothing, The Walk of Life, and The Sultans of Swing. Anyway, he did a great job with the music for this. Very good. And I think the story's real good too, but I also liked our cast. Now, in the framing story, we have Fred Savage, who early the following year would go on to play Kevin on TV's The Wonder Years, playing the grandson. Playing Grandpa, aka our narrator, is TV's Columbo himself, Peter Falk. And we have Betsy Brantley playing the mother. In the main story, we have Cary Elwes playing Wesley, aka Dread Pirate Roberts and the Man in Black. Robin Wright, in her first film role, of course, she'd go on to do other films, most notably one of them I know of is Forrest Gump, played Princess Buttercup, aka the Princess Bride. Mandy Patinkin plays Inigo Montoya, did real good. Chris Sarandon played Prince Humperdinck, he did real good. Christopher Guest, who, of course, best known for giving us lots of mockumentaries like This Is Spinal Tap, which he didn't direct, but he'd later go on to do some others he did, like Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, and The Mighty Wind, plus others, playing Count Rugen. Really good. Wallace Shawn, who currently we've been seeing him appear on TV's Young Sheldon. He's done numerous TV shows and movies. He plays Vizzini. Let's see here. Um, and then we have late great wrestler Andre the Giant playing Vezik. Peter Cook, yes, the funny British comedian best known for working with Dudley Moore, plays the impressive clergyman. Next, we have Mel Smith playing the character of the albino. Playing Miracle Max is Billy Crystal, and Carol Kane plays Valerie, Max's wife. That's a very impressive cast. Anyway, The Princess Bride is definitely a good film. You gotta see this, and I think you should get your kids to see it too. This is definitely worth looking into. The film's actually on Disney Plus. It's been on there for the past 2.5 years. So if you got Disney Plus and your kids have not seen it, check it out. So would I recommend The Princess Bride? Yes. I think you'll really like it. Again, it's a great story based on a book. It's got great direction from Rob Reiner, a great cast and great characters, great score from Mark Knopfler, etc., etc., etc. So what did you think of The Princess Bride? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the new Netflix film Slumberland with Jason Momoa. Yes, you heard me correctly. I am going to do a spoiler-free review of it. I will be doing a spoiler-free review of Disenchanted this weekend, okay? So stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out some of these other films. They're pretty good. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of a film done by Rob Reiner's dad, Carl, and that was Oh God, with George Burns and John Denver. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of a film I had just brought up that had Robin Wright in. That would be Forrest Gump. Or if you want something else, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my recent review of Disney's Enchanted. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.